Anyway, today is going to be a fencing project so that I can secure the dogs when we are down at my husband's family's cottage. Now, I'm not actually going to be building the majority of this fence at the cottage. I'm going to be building the fence here at home for a couple of different reasons. All of my tools are here, and also working here out on the deck, I have some shade. Down the cottage, there is not a lot of shade to be had working on the deck there. I have a rare autoimmune disease that makes me photosensitive, so too much sun is really not good for me. And I will take shade wherever I can get it. And so we got the 1x3s and the 1x2s. And the 1x3s are going to be top and bottom of the fence sections, and the 1x2s are going to be the slats that go between. Now I'm going to need 4 8-foot sections of fence that are identical, and each of those slats need to be the same size. So what I'm going to make for myself to make my life a little easier is a quick little block. Okay, what this is going to do is, instead of measuring each slat and making my cut, I'm going to make a little block, okay, where I'm going to screw my saw down to this table, and I'm going to have a block on the other side where I can put my wood in, and as long as it's up against the block, I know that I can make my cut and they will all be identical, and I only have to measure once. Here is an example of a simple block. Now this first block is just to cut my furring strips in half and give them the angle that I want on one end. Okay, so every time I put my piece of wood in here and I put it against that end, I know that they will all come out the same. So I've got 72 of these cut in half, and one end has the angle that I want. So I need to readjust my block. Okay, so I moved my block in, okay? I have 72 of these, okay? And what I need to do is to put the angle so the small part is facing me, and push it right up against my block. And if I have it against my block here and cut it there, they should all be equal, and they should all be 3.5 feet long. Okay, I have all of my slats cut. Okay, now my sections are 8-foot sections, so I don't need to do any cuts for these 2x3s on the side. And I have installed the end ones, and now I'm going to check for square. In between each slat, I'm going to use this as my spacer in between each one, so that'll be nice and fast. Quick little block. And a quick way to know if you are square is to measure from corner to corner and do it both ways, corner to corner this way and corner to corner this way, and if both sides match, you should be good. Okay, so you may have noticed that I cut all of my slats on an angle. Not only does that kind of give it a nice finished look on the end, but it actually has an actual purpose too. Like, this is going to be vertical, and as rain falls down, it will shed off of this better instead of pooling on top. It'll make it last longer and give it a little bit extra protection against the weather, that's all. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. I'm gonna turn it over, check for square one more time, and then I'm gonna add like a cross piece to keep it from racking. I'll show you what I mean in a minute. Okay, that's one panel down, 4 to go, and then I have 3 gates. But it's sturdy, it was cheap, I'm happy with it. Hi, Fauci. You're very cute. Okay, I have finished making 4 panels, which is exactly how many I need. See them? And they should all be identical. I really need to stop for the day. I've got a lot of animal care to do before bed. And I'm exhausted, hot, and I yucked up my thumb. Well, tomorrow's plan is going to be tackling the gates. I am not even going to clean up my mess because I'm not done making mess.